Welcome to another Late Night Live podcast. I'm joined once again by my friend Sook, and we have two new guests, Modi101 and Patty Arizrain, the owner of Galaxy's MC. And Modi is Patty's friend. He's a YouTuber, of course, and they will both be in the description. So anyways, the beginning of this video got, I don't know, chomped up by some monster and ripped up into pieces. So anyways, we're going to have, after the first 2 minutes, after this, we're just asking them a few questions about how they do, how they edit and how they do all that. And it's alright, we will be bringing them back anyway, so sorry about the very beginning. I hope you enjoy the podcast.
Modi, how many hours do you think you put into total in regards to YouTube as a whole?
YouTube in general? I couldn't even tell you. Luckily for me, I have a job that I own an ice cream truck. I own my own ice cream truck.
That is awesome.
You can actually make bank doing that. I'm not gonna lie. I know a couple people that started up their own company and paid off the loan in a one summer alone. So
I didn't even have to take out a loan. I just from my last job. I sold video games at places like GameStop for 12 years. I was a manager, and I got tired of dealing with people, so I went away. But
so
no,
I went to ice cream.
Yes, because I got tired of selling things to little kids.
So I went to ice cream.
Damn it! Wrong decision.
You should have sold liquor bars and stuff like that. That would have been cool.
I would have done that, except the problem is every time I turned a corner, the waitresses fell out of the van. So, but
sick.
So no, luckily for me, I have a job that I kind of make my own hours, and I don't have to call in sick because I would just be lying to myself. So, but I would say between everything Minecraft, I'm doing 6-8 hours a day of something.
That's amazing. That's a lot, but it's worth it, especially when you're getting really good feedback and entertaining people, because that's what you're trying to do. So
I just like playing a video game and screaming at my computer, and then someone showed me YouTube, and I was like, "Oh, people watch me do that?"
Yeah, now people can watch me do this, and wait. Noticed.
I'm gonna get angry and scream at my computer, and someone's gonna send me a check. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, what kind of tips can you give people to help them get noticed more?
The biggest thing I say is to have patience, and I may not be the best example because I've gotten very, very, very lucky in my YouTubing. Trust me, right place, right time. But I don't know. I see a lot of people who go on to bigger YouTubers' channels and basically just spam the comments with check out my channel and stuff like that. I've even seen people say, "Oh, I don't even care if you watch my video, I just want subs." You got to go into it for the right reason. You have to be willing to put the work in, and if you do those things, the results will come. But the big thing is you have to be patient, because you're not going to put up your first video and have 200,000 subscribers by the end of the first 15-minute video. You gotta be willing to do it and keep going, and you have to enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, then it's like any job. They're gonna tell the minute you stop enjoying it. Everyone who watches your videos will be like, "Well, this guy doesn't care, so why should I?" And they stop watching.
It's all about entertaining, and modesty is huge. It's huge in life, and it's a prime example when it comes to YouTube. You can't, like you said, Modi, you can't be going to bigger YouTubers and almost degrading yourself in the process as well. If you just be modest and be true to the people that do enjoy your video, you're right, people will continue to come back, and I'm glad you have that insight. That's great, dude. I love it.
And the cool part the thing about YouTube that I don't think a lot of people realize is everybody on there, from the smallest, YouTuber on his second day to, these guys with, 2, 3, 5, 10 million subscribers, they all started at the same place. And it is something that's word of mouth. That's the only real advertising there is. You don't see billboards for Sky does Minecraft. You don't see commercials on TV for Husky Mudkipper. You don't see that stuff. It's literally, if you're putting out good content, and this is where the patience kicks in, the people who do come across you and find you and like you, they'll tell their friends. And if they like you, they'll tell their friends. And all these guys that are, super well known and are on panels at cons and stuff like that, they just were dedicated to making good content, and it paid off for them. I mean, that's all it is. That's the only thing you can do. So
great answer. So here's a question for everybody. So, as you guys know, Microsoft bought Mojang for quite a lot of money, like a lot.
2.5 billion, I believe.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah,
I don't have the exact
billion.
number, but
yeah, it was 2.5, I think.
Do you think there'll be any harm done to the game, such as like dumb features or Hotmail account linking or just dumb things like that?
Personally, I don't, but go on.
Yeah, it's hard to say, honestly. I mean, I think, okay, as a company, you see this game that's growing at such a large pace and continually growing. I think they're honestly going to be in this in the long run for the merchandise. I mean, I don't think they're going to go about adding too many game-changing features, but that's just my personal opinion. I don't know. What do you guys think?
From what I've heard, from what I understand, and if I'm wrong, I apologize, but from what I understand, Microsoft owns Mojang, but it's not like they got rid of everybody. Yeah. Jeb is still in charge. Mm-hmm. It's the same people running the game. It's just the business side has been taken out of their hands, which I'm sure is one of the reasons they're happy about, because they can just get back to the game side. Yeah. And everybody, there's a lot of people who have like this super like anti, Microsoft thing, but keep in mind, Microsoft's been in the gaming world since 2001,
maybe even 99. It's DOS games.
Well,
yeah, okay, but I'm saying I was even just talking like since the original Xbox came out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I mean, if you
where
think
they made
about
their breakthrough,
yeah. If you think about it, Mojang bought Bungie and therefore got Halo, but let Bungie make Halo. So regardless of your opinions on if Halo is good or not, it was the same thing. They just basically all they did is they were able to have more money. They were able to have more backing.
They're just slowly taking over the world is what's happening.
Two Bungies.
World
domination on Microsoft's account.
But very, very seldom is a company ever going to buy out another company to completely change what they did. That would be dumb.
I don't know. Google and YouTube.
Yeah, I think I think just people are a little bitter about Mojang's decisions in the past. So this one is just another thing that could weigh their mind. I mean, everything with the EULA, all those issues to Zexy's possible YouTube ban were just bitter words in people's mouths, and I think people are just overlooking or taking something out of context here. It's not going to be an issue. It really won't be. But do people see it as an issue? Yeah, they think that their favorite studio just sold out. Yeah. I mean, and like Modi said, they didn't sell out. The team's still there. They're still working. A couple of the employees have moved on. Notch, I believe, has moved on, and a couple other developers for Mojang have moved on, but the team's still there. We're still going to get the updates in the game that we love. People need to chill out.
I mean, Notch hasn't had direct connection to the game in quite a long time. Jeb's been running it for a long time, but it's just, I love the fact that they're like, oh, Mojang sold out. And I'm like, okay, you don't sell out when you sell your $2 billion company. You're if you're going to sell out, you kind of sell out to become a $2 billion company.
Give it another year. They'll be like 16 billion.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just, it's all it is, I mean, because think about this. And once again, this isn't based on anything, if Microsoft wanted, they could make it to where Minecraft was only available on the the Xbox One and not the PS4.
God forbid.
Well, they could. I guess they could, and that's how they could get a lot more sales on the Xbox. But
Or even funnier, everyone who buys it on the Sony PS4, money goes into Microsoft's pocket. I think that's hilarious.
That's funny. It is if you think about it, because they're really big rivals with Sony, and I've heard a lot of things, like such as them wanting to buy Sony to destroy it. But that was like 5 years ago, so that was back when that was back when there was so many rumors. All right, so we're gonna move on to the Alien Isolation release. Have any of you heard of this game?
Of course.
Alien Isolation, Modi?
Not really. I've heard something about it.
It's pretty much. I talked about it last podcast. It's pretty much this game where you have to survive in space. It's a horror game where you have to survive in space with this alien from the movie Alien, and it's on the same plot. It takes place between the first movie and the second movie. And I can't really give away much of the story to people who want to play it, but that's basically like the
premise of it. Yeah. It's a horror game where you...
So
can I become Sigourney Weaver? That's all I care about.
Yeah, that's all I want to do.
Yeah, if I could be Sigourney Weaver, I don't care if it's a crocheting game. That sounds awesome.
Sadly, I don't think that's a possibility. But if it was, then I bet that game would get about 3 times more sales.
Downloadable content? Question mark.
Anyways,
wait till my Kickstarter gets going. You guys will see the first Sigourney Weaver crocheting game.
But it was just released. I haven't really checked out the sales yet, but I have heard that it got all right ratings. It's just one of those games that you play survivor mode about 3 times where the alien pops up, and then you're used to it, so you get bored, It's just one of those games. So
that's actually, I heard that you mentioned a story.
There was a story mode.
A lot of people said that there actually wasn't a story though. You got the premise of why you were there, but there's never really any development on the character itself.
It continues
That's
from
what
the
I
first
heard.
movie. Sadly, if you've never seen the first movie, then you're gonna be a little confused because it continues from the main girl in the first movie, her daughter, and you're going to the spaceship from the first movie to go find your mom, pretty much, and you end up crashing. Your ship ends up crashing, and everything is destroyed, and you fly into the ship at the last moment, and you're stuck in there because there's no way out. Your ship is destroyed, and so you have to survive in there. So it's kind of it's one of those games where it develops really slowly, but it's because it's also on the plot of the movie. So
well, I'll bring my previous comment from the past podcast stating we definitely need more horror games these days.
Yeah, especially because after Amnesia tried making another game, it didn't turn out so great. Because every horror game ends up trying to make a sequel, and it's not that great because they have so much money from the last one, like they do with all the movies.
I'm gonna date myself a little bit here, but man, Resident Evil 2 was awesome.
I tried it out. It was all right.
Was that PS2? Was that PS2 days there?
That was
a lot farther back.
That was on a Commodore 64 that you had that. You actually had to kickstart it like a motorcycle, and it ran on unleaded gas. No, I'm just kidding.
I still have my Super Nintendo in there.
I remember my first time playing Resident Evil 2, I think, or the first one. It was on PS1, and it was too scary for me. And it was like these little pixely guys coming towards you. It's kind of funny.
Isn't it kind of hard to believe that games back then, when we thought those were amazing graphics,
oh my God,
and
yes,
top of the line thriller. Now we have,
you look back at those and you're like, holy crap!
I'm so envious of the kids that are growing up in this generation.
I'm a little jealous, technology. But then there's the other kids that are messed up. There's a lot of hipsters.
Yeah, but okay. Being somebody who is a tad bit older than you guys, I actually enjoy the old school games a lot more. To kind of date myself, I've actually owned every Nintendo system on launch day since 1985.
Holy
dedication! Yeah. That's dedication.
That's a real gamer right there, folks.
Yeah. No, my mom. My mom didn't want to deal with it. It was literally just. I was like, Super Nintendo, and she's like, why are you talking to me? But no, but that's the funny part. So like I said, I started selling video games in 2000. So I was selling video games when 64 and Dreamcast were still new on the shelves. And so I've actually watched all this stuff happen. I sold video games for 12 years at like GameStops and Game Crazies. I was store manager and stuff a long time ago. And I have to say, though, the kids now, they kind of take it all for granted. Like,
yes, they do.
When the game comes out, it's like, if it isn't, completely changing their lives, it's crap. And I mean, man, I go back and play Mario, and I'm like, God, that game's hard. It pisses me off.
All right, so we're going to move on to our next subject. Yes, Iron Man 4, and it hasn't been confirmed yet, but, there's been 3 other movies, and they've made so much money, and Robert Downey Jr. is getting paid about $500,000 for each one, so, I have no idea.
It better happen.
I don't think it's going to happen. He was on Ellen talking about it, and they asked him a couple questions about it, and he told her, that I think he said something about them doing it, that they were going to do it. Yeah, and then later that night he was on, I don't want to get this name right. I think it was David Letterman. And he was on that later that night, and he said that they didn't have any script or anything for it. So he kind of, I don't know if he lied on Ellen's show or if he's just trying to protect Marvel's secrets. But Iron Man 4, it's gonna end up turning into a Transformers series, because I didn't feel like watching the last Transformers. I
don't know, man. I think Robert Downey Jr. plays a pretty good role in Iron Man.
Yeah, he plays a really good character.
He honestly kind of plays himself, because he is pretty cocky in the sense that he plays in that role.
And I like the way he just looks. Like, he looks like somebody who's cocky, who's rich and
cocky.
He's
a badass. Yeah. He's a badass.
He looks like Tony Stark, honestly.
Yeah, he really does. But
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. I mean, they made a bunch of superhero movies that were just kind of mediocre, but I really think what they did with the whole Avengers tie-in, I thought was actually a really, really kind of cool way to do it.
That was so good, and they're gonna hopefully have an Avengers 3, but and hopefully Spider-Man will end up in the Avengers, because they were talking about it. I don't know. I don't want to get into it. It's this huge story with Marvel and Sony, because Sony owns Spider-Man, and Sony.
Oh, then it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, Sony, they're kind of jerks. So,
I mean, when you have a product that big, you're not going to share it that willingly. I mean,
even though this is probably going to be their 3rd reboot, they're probably how Amazing Spider-Man 2 just came out.
Yeah.
They confirmed a bunch of other Spider-Man movies, and then all of a sudden they just told everybody that a couple of them are off. If you've ever heard of Venom, they were going to have a movie based just off the character Venom. They just canceled that movie, apparently, from this website. I can't remember the name of it, but there was this article about it, and apparently they're canceling a bunch of their movies and are rebooting the whole series for the 3rd time. But like I said, I don't know if it's true. And if it is, then I'm going to be mad.
Yeah, that's why I think, why I kind of dig the whole Avengers base thing, because they have to kind of tie the movies together. Like, once the Avengers came out, they can't change Tony Stark.
Yeah.
They can't change the actor. Once the Avengers movie came out, because they had a couple Hulk issues early on. There's been 38 Hulks. Yeah. I was the 27th. Little known fact, I was Hulk number 27.
I believe it.
Yeah, I didn't even know until it came out. I'd gone to the bank and the grocery store, and apparently they cut that together to make it look like I was the Hulk. So I was having a bad day. But I mean, they had Edward Norton. Obviously Mark Ruffalo in the last one, and then Michael Bana, or no, what's his name?
I don't know his last name.
The guy who played Batman.
Keith? Michael Keith?
Not Michael Keith. Come on.
Christopher Nolan.
All right, well, they know. The people who are watching this thing. Sure. But I mean, when they finally decided on Mark Ruffalo, he's going to have to be the Hulk in any offshoot movies they do. And now they're coming out with Ant-Man.
Oh, that actually looks interesting and good.
Which, if you guys have never checked it out, go check out The Ultimates. It's a graphic novel. it's basically a modern day Avengers, and it's actually what the Avengers movies are based off of, and it's actually really, really amazing.
Ant-Man is?
Yeah.
Ant-Man, Wasp, Iron Man, Thor, all the rest that are in there, Black Widow.
I'm kind of excited if they are making Iron Man 4, but I don't know. I feel like I've seen it a little bit too much.
Yeah.
And back to the Hulk thing. Edward Norton, I miss him. I wish he was still the Hulk. I don't know why, but I like his acting.
He didn't agree to do the Avengers movie.
That makes me mad. I'm gonna find him.
Yeah.
Please don't.
I'm gonna bring him to justice, and he's gonna be Hulk. He will.
I would be happy if he was the Hulk. If throughout the entire Hulk, he was just had a hallucination of Brad Pitt the whole time.
What?
What the heck?
Wait, what?
Wait.
Really? I can't make a Fight Club reference? Come on.
Come on.
Really? Did I just ruin the end of Fight Club? I'm sorry if I
You probably ruined the end of all the Avengers movies too.
Yeah, it's all Brad Pitt's imagination.
Yeah, like
come on, Modi. Rule 1: don't talk about Fight Club. Come on, everyone knows this rule.
Yeah, come on, don't.
I skipped down to rule 3.
You're gonna hear somebody in the back of his mic come into his room and like load a gun up.
Silence him.
That's
a little grim. That's a little grim, but
I have teenage daughters, so it's very plausible.
All right, to the next subject. That subject got a little weird at the end. Android Watch versus Apple Watch, which could have a greater impact. So Apple Watch was announced, I think, September 9th. Or 10th, somewhere around there, whenever they had that big announcement for the iPhone 6, like a week and a half before they released it or something. I'm not into the Apple stuff, but anyways, Android just released info about an Android watch, a smartwatch, and I am curious, which do you think will
Can I just say something? I don't understand this fad regarding these watches. The
yeah,
Fitbits,
me either.
The iPhone watch, or the iWatch.
Apparently, they're gonna be big though, because Apple's done a lot of talking about how they're gonna make it so it could wirelessly charge. Like they've said a lot of stuff, but I don't know if it's true yet. So Apple better keep their word, or I'm coming for them. I'm coming for Tom, or whoever their spokesman is, or whatever right now. I think his name's Tom.
Well, as of recently, Apple's gonna destroy the competition again. It's the most, their recent products are the most sought after products in the world.
But the thing about Apple is you wait a whole year for one product. The thing with Android is they're releasing a product every week. They're releasing a new phone every week and a half or something
That could be their downfall, though, honestly.
It could, but then again, Apple...
In terms of marketing and trying to compete, they need to somehow revolve under one product that they can hype up, like Apple's currently doing.
Kind of like the Android Watch is what I think they're trying to do. Yeah,
that would make sense actually.
I think they're trying to compare the Android Watch to the Apple Watch, and it actually looks like a watch. I haven't really looked at a lot of pictures of it, but all I've heard is Apple Watch has more features. So if Android Watch messes up here, then they could lose a lot of money because it's going to be a smartwatch. So
I carry a cell phone, so I don't have to wear a watch. So this seems kind of counterproductive.
If you think about it, if it has I don't know, that's going to be weird. But if it has a good enough mic in it, when you're driving, you won't have to hold your phone. Even though you could have it to the side, you won't have to
do that with your phone, though.
But they're just coming up. They're just coming up with excuses for you to buy it. But either way, they look all right if you're into that stuff and have a spare of $1,000 that you're gonna waste on some touchscreen watch that's gonna end up breaking when you're jogging.
I actually just duct tape my iPhone.
You just duct tape it to your wrist.
That's how they got the idea.
Oh, all right.
I sent him a picture and said suckers. And then,
I can actually imagine that, like a tweet that's from Modi, at Apple, suck on this.
Yeah.
You're in the shower.
Except when you take it off, it rips all your arm hair off.
Oh.
I haven't worked that part out yet.
Hey, if they do start selling those, then people can get kind of free arm wax in a little bit, you just put some wax on the tape and stuff, and so when they rip it off, they're gonna have a line across there.
It's artistic, quite frankly.
Yeah, It's one.
I've actually heard that if you put the Apple Watch in your pocket, it flattens out.
Yeah, it actually stiffens.
Yes, I get it. Yes, we actually talked about that last podcast because it's trending so much. I actually have no idea if it's true, but I have a friend who just got an iPhone 6 and he said it hasn't bent yet, so it could not.
Listen to me. Put any phone in my hand, minus the Nokia, and I promise you, I can bend it. I can bend any phone. People, don't bend your phones. I don't understand it. That's another thing I don't get.
They're like, okay, they're probably just bending their phones a little bit, putting it in their pocket, making sure it bends more in their pocket so they can go sue Apple for all the money they've got.
They're getting a free iPhone launch out of it.
Yeah.
Seems like a lot of work to get.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of work you have to do to do that.
I had to stop a woman in my store from bending a model phone.
Really?
I had to stop her.
Oh yeah, I think you were talking about that last time. That's just weird. Like people are
unreal.
People are crazy. People are really crazy. So, on to our next subject. You guys know how Amazon bought Twitch, right? Yeah. That for no reason, because apparently they're going to be the ESPN of gaming or something. Some weird excuse to buy Twitch. So do you guys think Twitch will be making any changes, or Amazon will be making any changes to Twitch? And if so, what changes would be helpful and useful? Like, I don't know if you guys use Twitch a lot, but if you do, what do you think would be the most useful if you were to do what you want with it and add your own features?
Is the because you can get partnered at one point and you can start charging people to subscribe, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Is that limited to certain people, or can anyone instantly start doing this?
I honestly have no idea. I would have to ask. We'll have to ask one of our next guests when they come on, but I really have no clue. I don't know if maybe you can, once you hit a certain amount of followers, you can do it or what. I haven't really looked into it that much, so.
I think, and just from the small bits that I know, that it's all just programming. You can set it up because Twitch makes all their money off, like, you don't make it like YouTube. You make money off the commercials. When you get partnered and the commercial runs at the beginning of your video, that's how you make money. With Twitch, as far as I know, Twitch doesn't pay anybody. It's literally donations and subscriptions. So I don't really think they care.
I thought they did pay people, but like the huge people. I may be wrong, but
anyways, I hope they leave Twitch the same, because as of now, it's awesome. It really is it's a great place to go. It's the #1 streaming website for a reason.
If they were needing to work on anything, it would be just optimizing their site a little better for certain people, because I know a few people who didn't have the greatest computers tried to go to Twitch and it would like not really run great, you know? Because of the player they have. That's the only thing. The player they use, the video player, just isn't the best for everybody.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I wouldn't mind some more profile customization as well. Yeah, maybe some interface changes here and there would be refreshing.
It would be cool to have changes like that, and I don't know what would seem cool. Maybe
I think it was more user friendly for the streamer themselves to set stuff up, because I've looked into it a little bit, just because, kind of going back to what I was saying about doing so much off-camera work. I've had people say, hey, you should record off-camera work. I'm like, really? You want to watch me mine for 3 hours? That bores me. I don't even watch when I'm mining. I'm paying attention to something else on the other screen. So, but I don't know. Like I said, I've talked to some people, and I know Husky does some streaming every once in a while, and he actually had to have somebody come in and help him kind of set up the subscriber thing and the donations things and all this stuff's on the screen. And from what he was telling me about it, it was like multiple programs you had to get and run, and that actually is what bogs down a lot of people's computers, all the little graphics and stuff. And the only thing I'll admit I'm not a big fan of is the chat system.
Yeah, it could be better.
I don't think it filters it very well. I know, like, Nightbot or whatever will kind of kick people out for, spamming, but there's still a lot of stuff that goes on there. So it's really hard to keep up with that. And what a lot of big ones do, I know Jerome does. To combat that, the only people that can talk and chat are subscribers.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Which I mean, it seems kind of, egomaniacal, but it's literally a case of if you're doing a stream with, 5,000-10,000 people, it's pointless to type in chat because the streamer or anybody else is not going to be able to see what you're writing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
There's a good point there. I never really thought about that.
It would be neat to have. It'd be because you're right. You do have to boot up a lot of programs to get all those graphics and like those pop-ups when somebody donates. It'd be cool if Twitch just integrated that into the site itself, like upload what you want.
Or have their own live streamer. That'd be cool. Why don't they just create their own live streamer and make you pay $1 for it? There you go. Because that
actually is not a bad idea either.
I mean, only $1. If you think about it, they have millions of people that use that website and thousands of people that stream. If you think about it, a really good live streamer, broadcaster, whatever, $1 would make them a lot of money.
Eris, do you ever stream?
I don't. I've never streamed before.
She doesn't know what we're talking about.
No, I'm totally clueless here. I'm doing my nails.
Hey, Patty,
I can just picture that right now.
If you could talk a little less, so the rest of us could get a word in edgewise.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Please talk a little less because you're taking up all of our time.
So anyways,
give us some room, Patty. Give us some room.
Jeez. She's just skewing off on random things, talking about taping a phone to her arm. What the hell's up with that? Come on, Patty.
Here, I got a better subject for us, and I know all of us are gonna have a word in this because Google has screwed up so much. Next YouTube update should include ? What should they include? They need to do so much work on YouTube that they've screwed up.
Google things.
Google Plus. How about they just remove the whole Google thing?
I've got 3 accounts and I'm so lost I don't even know where I'm at. I don't know what account's tied to what.
That's just Patty.
Yeah, that's just
that's really just on you there.
No, but it's true. They're really confusing now. I know a bunch of people, even Bert, he was trying to get himself verified back when you could, and he didn't even know how to set up his Google Plus, and it's really annoying.
Yeah, it was
for starters, For starters, it would be nice if they would stop asking me to use my real name instead of my
every 5 minutes.
I've clicked no at least 300 times now. It's totally gonna pop up again next time I log in.
It's pretty. I don't know what to say about it. It's just bad. But let's stop talking about the bad things and go into what would make YouTube good here. First of all, a good live streaming.
You know what would be nice if one day we could just sit down and say, you know what, I'm really enjoying your company. And I think today's that day. Fallen, I'm really enjoying your company.
Oh, the company of each other. I thought you meant Google.
Well, hopefully we can say that one day.
Google, you complete me. What is?
Yeah, I don't think anyone. Actually, that would be a great shirt, for sarcasm. That would be awesome.
Google, we love you.
I
still don't know what a circle is. I have no idea. People keep adding me to their circle.
I know, and I don't even. Yeah.
I have no idea.
Every time it happens,
it's almost like some cult stuff.
I know.
You're gonna come home and there's gonna be all these people and they're like, "Thanks for adding me to your circle," and they're all gonna be wearing secret hoodies and stuff. It's gonna be. It's just I don't even know.
Okay, if everybody was wearing red sweatshirts for that, I'd be fine with that.
You walk into your house and there's 50 people in there, and every time you add somebody to your circle, another one walks in. Yeah.
I don't know where my circle is. I had it when I left the house. I looked in the car. I went back to the grocery store. I don't know where my circle is.
This sounds almost like a 60-year-old man rant.
Every time I get added to someone else's circle, I die a little.
Where's my circle? I can't find it.
Well, but is this their attempt at trying to create a social platform? Is that them trying to be a Twitter or Facebook?
Even though YouTube was already bigger than both those together. I mean, YouTube.
That's what Google Plus was before they bought YouTube. They were trying to make the next Facebook.
Yeah.
And
except it was bad.
A good way to do that was to integrate. Because to leave a comment, you have to have a YouTube channel
and a Google Plus.
Yeah.
Well, to have a YouTube channel, you have to have a Google Plus. Yeah. So, you know what it reminds me of? One of the best-selling games. You know what one of the best-selling games of all time ever is?
What? Google Plus.
Is We Play. Because it came with every single Wii.
I didn't think about that.
Nobody ever bought it. But it is literally counted as the best-selling game of all time. And that's how
awesome.
it's like, Google Plus, we have so many subscribers. And it's like, yeah, but you tricked them because of YouTube.
Who goes home at night and says, I really want to upload this selfie to Google Plus?
Every time I think about posting on any site, I never think of Google Plus unless I'm trying to advertise a video that just came out. That's the only thing I think about YouTube. They need if they're going to come out with a social platform, they should come out with it secretly and call it like something random. And then 2 years after it becomes the biggest website, reveal that the whole time it was Google.
Isn't that technically what they did with Google Plus? Because from what it sounds like, nobody knows anything about it.
Well, I guess so, but we all know it's Google, so we don't want to use it. It's funny that everybody hates Google Plus, but not just the basic. Yeah, Google.
I'll end up on my Google Plus account and be like, wow, this is still a thing. Like all my videos post on there, and I guess that's what the circle thing is like they're following me. I don't know what it is, but I never go on there. And I'll just end up on it because I'm trying to change my password.
I'll end up on it because...
Change your profile picture.
I'll end up on it because... Like, say this podcast channel wanted to start a new channel, had to do like 30 different steps to start a new channel instead of signing up with an email. Like, you used to be able to sign up with a Hotmail, a Yahoo. Now you have to actually create a whole new Gmail. So you have to create. You can't. Yeah.
It's complicated.
Now sounds like the old guy complaining.
All right, so we haven't actually answered the question yet. What would make YouTube better? Like some features, like cool feature, like. I can think of a million features when I'm not trying to like actually think of them, but right now since I'm kind of under pressure trying to think of them, I can't think of any. So do you guys have any ideas for what would make YouTube better?
I think it would be kind of cool if you had some, because you know how on YouTubers channels they have over on the side like their friends or whatever, and people they record with and things like that. It'd be kind of nice if there's a little bit more integration to kind of bring channels together.
Yeah, that would be cool. Like maybe like in every you know how they kind of have the music thing, like if you have copyright music, how it says the song in the corner, in that right corner.
Yeah.
That would be cool if it showed like the YouTube profile that you did a video with right there or something.
Oh, that'd be neat.
Like go check out this guy, blah blah blah. That would be great. You just enter the people who are in the video and it automatically sets their profiles right there. That would be kind of cool and interesting. But I think Google's way too busy to do anything with YouTube. I don't know what they're busy with, but apparently they're just busy doing stuff, trying to fix the fappening. Because
I don't think they see an issue with YouTube, and that's the problem. With the changes that they've brought in Google Plus as a whole.
Think about it, like...
That's unfortunate.
Think about it. You draw a picture,
or yours was perfect.
Here, how about you just say, you know how there's a lot of people, it might be you sick. They sing to themselves and they think they sound really great, and it's kind of like that. Google thinks they sound really, really great, but to all of us,
so
they sound.
You're telling us.
What I'm trying to say is Google and YouTube is crap. How about we just go back to the old YouTube from like 6 or 7 years ago? Maybe 8
I
or
miss
10.
the comments on the pages. I really miss the comments. That used to be the first thing I checked was all my comments.
I miss the old layouts, like from 2 layouts
ago. Now you can't even find the comments. You got to go somewhere.
Yeah.
You just click on the little bell right there.
What's the bell? Where's the bell?
That's what that is.
I can't find the goddamn bell.
Apparently, Patty is really looking forward to updates from a year and a half ago.
No, but it's...
Yeah.
They're right there. I see them every day.
I didn't know. I mean, I see the bell, and it always has a number, and I click on it, and I'll see once in a while. No, that's comments on videos, right?
And
I'm talking
on your
about
channel.
And
I never
notifications
see the comments
from people.
on my channel because they're not there anymore. So.
Yeah.
I didn't know people could even
after we're
find
done
how
with
to
this,
comment.
I'll show you where the damn comments are.
Thank you.
I miss.
I know.
What I miss is I have no idea what I miss. Honestly, I think it's one of those things like a love-hate thing. You either hate Google or love it, and most people hate Google because their friends hate Google, but
they're in love.
And if you think about it, you can say YouTube could be way better, but when you think about it, like deeply, like really deep and stuff. I kind of don't know where I'm going with this, but I'm trying. I can't.
Here's the big
problem.
You
just don't know what YouTube could fix.
Well, there's no competitor.
Yeah.
There is nothing else. No one is hoping to be a star on. I mean, there's Vine and there's other things, but YouTube itself, there is no competitor. So they really
Vimeo.
What was that?
Vimeo.
Yeah, because that's what every 14-year-old playing Minecraft or other video games is dreaming.
Vimeo is so honestly horrible.
Yeah, no competitor, therefore.
Yeah,
honestly, they could do whatever they wanted, and I'd come back to this website.
So before we end the podcast, who will rule the world? Who's gonna buy who? Microsoft or Google? I think Microsoft's gonna buy Google, but that's just me. Google is.
I don't know.
Microsoft will buy Google or Apple. I'm not gonna even bring Apple into this. Google or Microsoft.
I'm thinking MySpace is gonna make it.
Yeah, MySpace is gonna make a comeback, and they're gonna be huge this time.
Yeah, I think they're gonna buy everybody.
This time we're bringing circles. We're stealing the feature from Google Plus and bringing in circles. Yeah. They're gonna become the biggest site ever. You know what I really don't like when sites steal other sites' ideas and end up becoming even bigger. It's a little annoying. Like, I can't think of any at the top of my head, but I was gonna say Instagram because
Facebook was founded on a stolen idea. Zuckerberg stole it from two clients he was working for.
Didn't Facebook start as a college thing?
Yeah, but he stole. It's like, stealing the wheel and building the car, and then the person who built the wheel saying, "Hey, the car was my idea." No,
yeah.
It was just it was supposed to be it was a college. That's where Facebook came from. It was college, like a virtual yearbook.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think it used to be called the Facebook too.
Yeah, but I mean, what it is today is nothing like what was originally being. But I mean, like I said, I did MySpace when it first came out. I remember when Facebook came out, I'm like, oh, they're just copying. Nobody's going to go there. And then one day I logged onto MySpace and I was like, wow, it's me and Tom. That's all that's left. Me and that Tom dude. And both of us are sitting around like creepily staring over our shoulder from our desk at each other. It was weird, but so I left.
And it's like every 2 years you just see a notification like one new user has signed up on MySpace.
Thank you for staying here. Thank you for staying here, Modi.
They send you like $100 a week for staying on MySpace. Gosh, MySpace.
But the weird part is they don't send it to me. They just rubber band it to a brick and throw it through my window. The windows cost $100.
They're too low budget to send it through you. Send it.
Every time they pay me, I'm down $20. Pricks.
God damn it.
God,
I just look out my window and Tom's driving away doing that back.
And there goes Tom.
I'm losing it here.
All right, so I think we're gonna wrap it up here. We've talked about pretty much everything we can this week, and hopefully we can do podcasts on Friday. We're still thinking about that because, we got a lot to do on Fridays. They're kind of like the party night for 5th graders, because I'm in 5th grade. If you didn't know that, no, I'm actually in. Yeah, I'm kidding. It was supposed to be a joke. All right. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more podcasts, and hopefully we could get on iTunes. But I don't know. I don't like Apple, so we'll see.
There's a good way to get on iTunes.
See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.